very warm welcome to these tutorials, which will empower you to play elementary music expressively and fluently. Number one, to cultivate and maintain a deep personal connection with the music throughout all your practice activities. This is the cornerstone of fluent expressive playing, and leaving it out at any stage will negatively affect your outcomes. And number two, to play by ear as much as possible, to take the music off the page, as my American teacher Sophia Rossoff used to say, and to put it in your mind's ear for the direct expressive coordination that this produces. In each video in this playlist, I'll be offering 2 tips that prioritize these fundamental elements of fluent expressive playing. Do please check out the other videos in this playlist as they form a series and complement each other. And do please visit pianoportals.com, where you can find out more about the joyful, holistic approach to piano technique underpinning the advice I'm giving here. Please note that I'm demonstrating these activities having already grown to know and love the musical sounds of these pieces in detail. That's why I don't have the score in front of me, but I would of course start with the score or with a recording or with both if I don't actually know the music yet. It's All in the Name is about using the title of the piece, exploring the title, getting to know what's surrounding the context of this music in order to awaken and maintain that deep personal connection. That is the cornerstone of fluent expressive playing. I'll put a few things about the Bourlesq that I've discovered on the screen, and the point of all of this is to spark your imagination, to awaken a connection. And if you then combine that with some of the activities, for example, outlining or in outline, that I explored in the previous video, you can start to play this music straight away with a sense of connection, a sense of meaning, a sense that you're actually inhabiting the character of this music, even as you get to know the first phrase of the first part. And I think it's the latter part of the piece where the jovial, humorous element comes to the fore, when there's a kind of rhythmic displacement. In other words, the main beats of the phrases don't seem to come with the main beats of the bar. In other words, there's a sort of joltiness or awkwardness about the rhythm, which gives it its sort of really joking or playful character. Sounds like is just what it says on the tin. If it sounds like something else, you're halfway towards internalizing the sounds of this music, which is your key to expressive direct coordination. And it just so happens that the second phrase of this music reminded me instantly of something else that I'd heard before, of another song. And sometimes that happens. Maybe more often than you might think, especially if you grow more and more accustomed to paying more and more attention to the musical sounds as you get to know new music. And as soon as I heard it, I thought, yeah, I know that, I know how that goes. Now, I make a point of never telling people exactly what a particular phrase or melody reminds me of, just in case they have particular associations with that other thing, that other tune, and it spoils it for them. So I'm not going to tell you what that reminds me of, just that it reminds me of something, and instantly I recognize that tune, and I thought, okay, so I know half this piece already. So just be aware that this could start happening, and just make use of it as and when it arises. Piano Portals is a truly holistic approach, and given that, I can only go so far into it with these little snippets of advice. In these tutorials, I'm starting where I would always recommend that you start, with principles 1 and 2 of 7 from Piano Portals, which is first, to connect deeply and personally with the music at all stages and throughout all activities, and number 2, to play by ear as much as possible. Piano Portals is about meeting you where you are, not doing a load of unnecessary activities for the sake of it, but becoming the expert over time on your own playing coordination, leaving things well alone if they're already working fine, but bring your increasing self-awareness to elements of your coordination that may require freeing up or integrating further. So there may be subtle refinements in the rest of your playing coordination that could empower you further to play more expressively and fluently. And for this, I highly recommend that you visit pianoportals.com and check out the ever-increasing range of online courses, ebooks, tutorials and cheat sheets on offer to open-minded pianists and teachers like yourself. And please don't hesitate to be in touch with any queries or questions or your responses to these tutorials. I'd love to hear how you're getting on with these pieces.